Good afternoon, Aruba travel experts. How are you? Welcome back. It is Tuesday and it is the Aruba Tourism Authority's Aruba chat time. And I'm so excited today because we have guests today. I have my colleague, Katie Kennedy, and we are here today to talk about our favorites in Aruba. So if you're jealous because you wanted to be here, I'll let you know. Give us a call or email myself, Katie, Kim, or Liliana, and we'll get you on a StreamYard to share. It's going to be fun today, so stay tuned. Katie, how are you up there in Boston?
Great. It's almost like an Aruba kind of day up here. It's like 70 degrees, probably like in your areas as well. So we're very excited about that. But I don't see that blue water like Ash's shirt, the color of that shirt out there. It's like, oh, I see green and brown, but that's okay.
And who do we have on today? We have Ash and we have Govinda. And these are two travel experts. Oh, look at that. See, business is calling already.
Something else. Sorry
Business is
about that.
calling already. Well, they're here to share some of their favorites today. So let's kick it off with Govinda. Govinda, I think you were there recently, or when were you there last? But I know you have something exciting to share. So I can't wait to hear about it because I've always wanted to do what you're going to share with us today and have not had the opportunity. But after this, I'm going to probably definitely make sure it's a point of interest when I get back on island.
I think you will. So I'm Govinda Ravery, and I was actually there last during the holidays. Super fun. So besides all the fireworks, which was amazing, one of my best memories on island was the fish pedicure. Absolutely amazing. We went to Aruba National Park. And after the Fontaine Caves, I had no idea what I was in store for when we approached this tiny stream. And I see people sitting there with their feet in the water. And at first I was very reluctant. And I'm like, no, I can't do that. No way. And so everyone with me is like, come on, you have to do this. So you're wearing sneakers and socks likely versus flip-flops because you've now walked through the desert. So you take off your socks and your sneakers, you grab a seat and you put your feet in this tiny stream and all these fish will come and nibble off of your feet. So basically you're getting exfoliation, you're getting a pedicure, it's really odd, the feeling of having these fish nibble on your feet, but absolutely once in a lifetime. And guess what? In the States, you're probably paying an arm and a leg for something like that. So totally worth it. It was a little weird at first. The bigger fish nibble a little harder. The small ones it's tickly, but absolutely worth the trip.
Wow.
Funny. I've had that done as well, Gurvinder, and it really is an amazing experience because, I mean, if someone touches me, I like, oh my gosh, I'm so tickled. But it was very soothing, and I'll tell you, it is the best. Nice and smooth. It's really great. That's great that you were able to experience that.
Agreed.
How long did the process take?
So as long as you want. I mean, they come immediately. So you can sit there for hours, but I think the other people are trying to get in as well. So you kind of have to give up your seat, but it's amazing. It's really something that you have to do. And it's about really immersing in the culture of Aruba and not just staying within your resort and trying to get out and see the rest of the island.
Yes,
wonderful.
Definitely.
Wow. Yeah. And Ash, I know you were there recently, before the holidays. And what would you say is your favorite, or what do you want to share a little bit?
Well, I usually stay in the high-rise section. I love the Hyatt. It's my favorite hotel there. But I wanted to try something new. So me, my wife, Karina, who's my partner, and one of my other agents, we went to Divi, Aruba, and stayed on Eagle Beach, which I'd never done before. I mean, I've seen the hotels. I've seen Bukudi, and I've seen the Divi, but I never stayed there. And I got to say, the beach is spectacular. Eagle Beach is absolutely amazing. Divi was awesome. The food was so much better than I expected. For, a lot of all-inclusives tend to be, just okay food. But the food there was fantastic. The Mexican restaurant there was really unbelievable. So we had great food. The beach, we opened our door and we were, 10 steps from the beach. It was great. The service was amazing. The beach is spectacular. And we actually did Karina took a walk. My wife, she loves to walk. So she took a long walk on the beach and ended up at the Bukudi and Senses restaurant. And she banged on the door till the chef answered, and she badgered him into giving us a reservation. So we ended up eating at Senses the next night, which was a spectacular dinner. If anybody gets an opportunity to do the chef's tasting at Senses, it's well worth it. I think with the wine, I think it's like, I don't know, $140 per person or something like that, which if you know anything about tasting menus is really quite cheap especially for the food you get there. So that was really amazing. And, next time I go, would love to stay on Eagle Beach. I'd love to try Bikuti because I never stayed there, but definitely I think I prefer Eagle Beach now because it's not as crowded. We definitely enjoyed it. And, I've been to Aruba, I don't know, 15 times. And this was one of our better stays because it was not as crowded. Sometimes at the Hyatt or the Hilton, you got to fight for those chairs, you got to get up early in the morning and grab those chairs. So this was kind of a nice change. Wake up anytime you want, stroll out on the beach, and boom, you're just sitting there enjoying the beautiful sun and the ocean, and it's a great time.
Yeah, and Katie, what do you want to share with us about your favorite or favorites?
Oh my goodness, it's so hard. That's a loaded question, right? There's so many, and it's funny because people always say, well, what else is there to do in Aruba besides gambling and the beach? It's like, oh my gosh, anything, for a little tiny island, we're packed with with a big punch. But one of my favorite things to do, and I love the product, and I actually just used it this morning, is the Aruba Aloe factory. If I don't know if any of you have, I'm sure Natasha's been through Asher, Gurvinder, I'm not sure, but if you haven't, it's such a great tour. And you would think that it would be a very large building, but it's just a little teeny building, but they produce a lot of products and tons of different products for face, hair. Yeah, there you go.
Absolutely.
We did not plan this. We did not plan this, but I have it always right with me, next to me.
Yeah, it's the best. And honestly, but you get a tour. If you're on a full island tour, they will actually stop by at the Aruba Aloe factory, which is really great. And you do the tour, and you go upstairs, and they actually have all of the whole sequence of what they're doing. And you look down, and the workers are working, and they actually take the aloe off by hand. And then you go downstairs, and they have a whole great gift store. So when I took my fam group there, it was funny because it was close to Christmas. It was in November. Everyone got Christmas gifts from the Aruba Aloe factory. And if you buy a lot of product, oh my gosh, one of the girls came in with all these bags. Oh my gosh, if you bought 2 of these, you got this. If you bought this, you get this. So look out for those specials as well, but really, really neat. And you can also make your own aloe scrub as well, which is really neat. So you have a little souvenir that you can take home as well. So that's one of my favorite. And Ash hit it as well, besides when he was at the Divvy, when my family was at the Divvy in the Tam, floating in that 79-degree water. We all looked like prunes at the end of the day. So we probably needed some of that Aruba Aloe. We would just sit and float. And my brother from Ohio kept saying, oh my gosh, I can't believe he counted 6 steps. You counted 10 steps to the beach. So he counted 6. He keeps saying, I just want to walk 10 steps to the beach and float in that water. And truly, it's so relaxing. Oh my gosh, it's just wonderful. But so those are just a couple. And how about you, Natasha?
Well, one I want to add about the Aruba Aloe factory, someone literally sits there and she ties all of those little bows on with it's like straw. So I want to say kudos to that. It's really personalized. So do support it. Even if you think it's pricey, it's all because it's hand done. And for my favorites, I have several favorites I love to do, but I think the best that I could say is to just sit out on the beach and do nothing at all. Just
that's my favorite.
Yeah, right. And you just stare out at that delicious water. And when you go into the water, if you decide to get up from your chair after your mouth is hanging down and your tongue's out, you just stay in the water and can sit there and let the waves lap on you, and it is warm and inviting. And then you see the fish swim by. So that's one of my top things. I mean, after that, food, of course, and spa. And for food, I love going to, there's several spots I love, but I always try to hit up Infinity. That's one of my favorites. Govinda, where do you like to eat?
My favorite is Quinta del Carmen.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yes, we did
Yes.
that on our, yes.
Yes. And I love, they actually now have a tapas menu, which is really nice. So you can try a little bit of everything, which, I mean, their food is phenomenal.
Yes.
Yeah, the food.
Yeah.
I think I can't remember the name of the Italian restaurant right on the main strip. The big
Gianni's?
Gianni's.
That
Yeah.
restaurant's really good.
That would be
With the
my
Parmesan
second.
bowl.
Yeah, they're
Yes.
food. And then there's a little pizzeria next door to it, small.
Yes, they own that
Really
as
good
well.
Pizza, really
Right.
good pizza. And like you said, my favorite thing is I smoke Cuban cigars. So I was on the beach. Karina was not happy. I was smoking 3-4 cigars a day. Just sitting there, sitting on the beach, smoke. I'm in the water. Everybody laughs because I get a little floaty and I'm floating in the ocean with a cigar. And
Yeah.
it's great. I'm like, it's pretty good.
I know, it's the little things, those little things.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, it really is. It's yes.
One of the things I was going to say about the Aloe factory that I love is that you do it at your own pace. And to see them in the factory and actually putting the products together and then being able to go outside and have a very minimal, it's not an hour-long tour of the Aloe. They take about less than 10 minutes and you learn so much within that 10 minutes.
Yes.
And those products are amazing.
Yeah. And you can order those online too. If you can't go to Aruba, you can order them online, arubaaloe.com. Definitely.
One of my favorite things to do, obviously, also, I actually love the main city, Oranjestad, and walking that mall. There's a really great cigar shop that every Friday they do. And, this is for people who smoke or if you have friends that smoke. I can't remember the name. It's very famous. A lot of people go there.
Yes.
You get every Friday they do like 2-for-1 Cuban cigars, which is unheard of. So that's a great little perk and just walking around that. And then Natasha, when I went with you, this was one of my highlights is when we went to the private island for the Radisson and I got to feed the flamingos. That I have pictures of that on my phone. That was one of my favorite things I ever did in Aruba.
It was actually Renaissance.
Renaissance. I'm sorry, what did I say?
Because everybody in Radisson does not exist anymore.
Right,
they are now the Hilton Aruba, but it was Renaissance Island, and we were on Flamingo Beach.
Yes.
But remember, you have to stay on property to enjoy the island.
Yeah.
Right.
We just have people we know, so we got to know.
Well, I know you, so that's all I need to know.
We have
Just
people
have to know Natasha, and you're all set on the island.
yes, or Katie,
But that was amazing. So if you get an opportunity to do that and stay at that, and it's great because they have an adult section as well as a family section at that hotel. But it's a beautiful hotel right in the center of the city, and going to the private island was a real highlight.
That is their biggest selling point, Ash, and it is wonderful. And so many people love those flamingos.
Yes,
and weddings out there are phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, phenomenal. Yes.
They're absolutely beautiful. And 2 points. One, since we were talking about the flamingos, I'm going to do a pitch for Liliana, our Canadian queen out there representing Canada. Her favorite is Deep Palm Island. And so if you're not staying at Renaissance Hotel, then you can go to Deep Palm Island for a half day, full day, and you get to see flamingos.
Yep.
And another point I want to ask your opinions, Ash and Gravinda, since you mentioned Ash touched upon the children, we're talking about our favorites as pretty much adults and maybe family. But what about kids? Do you think you have anything you want to point out if it's even a perfect location for families to come? And if so, what would you see that you would think and recommend to families?
Well, I mean, I think if you're going to do bring your family and you want to do an all-inclusive, the Rio Palace is a great option because it's very family friendly. They have both hotels and adult section, adults only and a family. Not having kids, we don't really stay at a lot of family resorts. Although the Divi Aruba is a family resort, it was great. The beach is great. I don't think you could go wrong as a family in Aruba. I do book families to Aruba. It's safe. I think the biggest selling point is when you walk in the high-rise section with your kids, you're safe. You don't have to worry about what's around the corner, if there's going to be problems. If you're walking in Oranjestad going shopping, you don't have to worry about, hey, my kids. So the biggest selling point to me for families is you're going to be safe there. So you don't have to always have that little nagging feeling of if I go out at night, is there going to be an issue? So I think that's a real selling point for Aruba for families.
That's
I agree.
Point, definitely. And there at night, I always say too, there aren't any mosquitoes because those cooling trade winds are always blowing them away. So, because the first time, like now we'll be getting the Barbie out, the barbecue, and my husband will go out, and the first thing, oh, these mosquitoes, and I said, oh, we should be in Aruba. And walking at night, like you said, is so wonderful. Be safe, no that cooling trade winds, no mosquitoes.
Outside of the hurricane belt.
Oh my God.
Guaranteed good weather pretty much.
And that Paseo Herencia is not that all the little mall areas right there. There's just for the kids. It's fun to walk around in Paseo Herencia with the waterworks going there and the dancing, the cultural dancing. And they've got Fridays right there that the kids can eat for picky little eaters if they want something. So that's great. But it really is a wonderful island.
And that's the good thing too. A lot of restaurants that are, look, they have great high-end restaurants, but they have a lot of great family restaurants.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was going to say with 3 teens, they love Aruba because there's always something to do. And the Hyatt's a great place with the water park. And then you still have an adult pool as well. I think being able to, if they want to get out of the resorts and go walk around on their own, there's so much to do. And it's so lively. And again, like Ash said, you feel very safe. And you feel safe allowing your teens to just cross the road and go eat and grab a gelato afterwards, or some Dutch pancakes. I mean, what are they? The pufferery, the little Dutch pancakes that he makes there. I mean, so there's such a diverse amount of things that teens can do, and I think that they're the hardest ones to please, and Aruba does it all for them.
That's right. They can get on those Jeep tours too. And know that they're going to be safe because they have someone that's driving them unless they went on a UTV tour. And if they're at the right age and height, they can get there and enjoy getting behind the wheel and enjoying not only the rugged scenery, but for them, the dirt, getting dirty and having fun with their friends or family. They'll go, I'm not having fun with you. But
I did that tour and I drove. It was pretty wild.
Right.
It's great.
Yeah.
That was a fun drive. You got to drive a stick shift. So you got to be prepared for that. But I did that drive, and they take you a lot of great off-road places, and it was a lot of fun.
Nice.
And we have a question in the chat, so I just wanted to clarify that. So for the audience that's watching us right now, thank you. And if you're watching at a later time, thank you. You can go ahead and continue to put your comments and chat your questions with us back and forth. We will go back in it. Ash and Gorinda and myself with Katie, we were asked to put in our favorite restaurants in the chat after, since we went through them too quickly. But we'll go back and we'll put that in there. And if you have any questions for anything we've shared with you, let us know. We'll go back and we'll answer them. But we can recap quickly on the restaurants again, if anything. I talked about Infini. It's a chef's table dining experience. Govinda, what was one of your favorite restaurants?
I talked about Quinta del Carmen. And then, of course, Zay Rover is a definite casual atmosphere, is a must do, but you do need a car or a taxi to get there.
And Ash?
So I did Senses, which was amazing tasting menu. Where the chef actually explains everything you're eating as you're eating it, which is pretty cool. And then the Italian restaurant, which I can't remember the name. I have a terrible memory.
Yeah,
it's huge. It's right across from the Hyatt. You can't miss it. It's a huge Italian restaurant.
That's the Hostoria de Vittorio.
No,
Gianni's.
It's Gianni's.
Gianni's.
From the Hilton.
Yeah. Oh, that's from the Hilton. Well,
from the Hilton, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So the Gianni's, that's the one that
yes.
I find to be from New York, having some of the best Italian food. That is about as close as I've gotten in the Caribbean to getting the same Italian food you get in New York.
Definitely.
Thank you so much. And Lisa White is going. Lisa said that she's going there shortly. I think it's next week. She's leaving Friday. Actually, she's leaving Friday for 5 nights.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so we are envious of you, Lisa. She's going to take us through her trip, and she's going to be connecting with us on StreamYard. She's offered graciously. So stay tuned, Aruba Travel Experts, because we will be bringing more content live from Aruba now, because Lisa has volunteered herself to put into action what we have been talking about here today. So if anyone wants to add anything, you can feel free to add. Otherwise, we'll wrap it up to make sure that we get you back to selling more Aruba.
I would like to add one thing. The best purchase I made in Aruba was my Aruba Straw Hat from the Aruba factory. And I used that everywhere. It's the best hat and for such a great price. So if you need a hat, buy it when you're in Aruba.
Talking about hats, I bought a brand new Aruba baseball cap and I left it at the airport when I was coming home. Very upset. It fit my head perfect, and now I have to go back to Aruba to get the same hat.
Or if you find his hat, Lisa, bring it back. If you find Josh's hat in the airport, just bring it back.
It's beige and it says Aruba on.
Or you can come to Boston, go to the Red Sox game, and have Xander sign it for you.
There you go. Hey, listen, I've never been to Fenway. That would be a great trip. Never done it.
Oh, well, thank you everyone so much. I appreciate it for you taking your time, Ash and Govinda. We appreciate your time. We appreciate your support to Aruba. Katie, you want to wrap it up and close us out?
Yeah, well, thank you for everyone. So nice having you here today. Look for is Lisa going to be with us next week then?
Yes, I will coordinate with Lisa because she's leaving Friday. So I will coordinate with you, Lisa, and get your information. And then Nancy is going to be there May 1st to 14th. So I'm going to take it, Nancy. You're going to volunteer to be on our stream, maybe live from Aruba, and bring us some content as well. So reach out to us. We're going to go back and put our email address into the chat so that you'll have it, travel professionals. If you have any questions, Ash and Govinda will go ahead and they are going to put later their favorite restaurants. So you'll have a list of some of our favorites. And so will Katie and myself. So go ahead, Katie, wrap it up.
Yeah, thank you again. And we'll see you next week. We'll be bringing you live from the beautiful beaches of Aruba. So stay tuned and come and join us, definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Guys,
bye.
Thank you. Yes.